Police say there's added concern because she has medical issues that require medication.
Either accident or self-harm. How far is she willing to drive to do that?
Authorities are asking anyone who may have seen her or know where she is to contact Rochester Police.
This is crazy. Come on, there's gotta be a vehicle in here. Got it.
Asking for the public's help tonight in finding a missing Rochester woman. It's been a month since anyone has said that they've seen or heard from 64-year-old Jodi Boeckermann. Police say there's added concern because she has medical issues that require medication. Authorities are asking anyone who may have seen her or know where she is to contact Rochester Police.
64-year-old Jodi Boeckermann vanished from right here in Rochester, Minnesota on October 15th of 2021. We are standing right now in front of Technology Park Apartments where she resided. She left here the morning she vanished and went down the street to Smokes Barbecue.
Jodi was driving a 2004 silver Pontiac Grand Am, license plate Charlie November Victor 037.
Jodi nor her vehicle have ever been seen from again. Today, we're gonna take you right now into our search software so that you can see the grid that we've set up, our points of interest, and so forth. We'll break down the entire case as far as details. Let's get into it right now. We're gonna zoom in right now into Rochester, Minnesota here on Google Earth, where we already have our search grid set up, all of our points of interest for today. Where we're gonna start, it's gonna give you guys a basis of what it is we're looking at, how we're gonna start, what we're looking at, and where we're gonna go. So as you guys can see, we have two rings of interest here. The red ring represents our customary 5-mile radius from Jodi's home, which when we zoom in here, Jodi's home is right here on the corner of Technology Drive and Commerce Drive Northwest. Right here's her home. Our first point of interest is gonna be this pond here. In this pond, we know that there were tire tracks seen going into this pond the day after she disappeared. Those tracks were found. We also know that the pond was searched with an ROV. Was that accurate? We don't know. But you know, if we have not searched it, we don't deem it being searched unless we have. Just to cover our bases and protect the integrity of everything that we do, we have to search it and then go from there. So this little pond right here is gonna be the first one. The second area of interest here is gonna be the pond behind Scott Road Northwest. This is a little bit of a deeper pond right behind Costco. We have another pond over here. We zoom out a little bit more and we got 4, 5. So we have 5 ponds right here within a mile of her home. Now you guys are asking, Doug, what is this blue circle for? You have a red circle as well as a blue one. Well, this blue one represents a 1-mile radius from her home. Now, I've been in communications with the intelligence unit sergeant that has been in charge of this case, and they believe she's underwater within a mile from this location. You know, she was a woman that never left the area. She lived alone. She had a kitten in her apartment at the time she disappeared. Now, her apartment wasn't searched until a week and a half after she disappeared, because people heard the kitten crying and crying and crying. And finally they got into the apartment, realized she was missing, realized her kitten hadn't eaten or drinking anything in a week and a half. They were able to save the kitten's life, thank God. And that's when they really figured out that Jody vanished, wasn't coming home, something was wrong, and immediately the police were brought in. There was no signs of foul play at her apartment. She left her apartment on October 15th. The intelligence unit here, Rochester PD, was able to look at her financial records and were able to tell that she went to Smokes Barbecue right down the street, where she purchased her meal. She had a few drinks, and she also bought a meal to go, which she does this same thing once a month, every month. So it was nothing out of the normal. You know, Smokes Barbecue is less than a half a mile away, and we know she had a kitten at home she's taken care of. She bought a meal to take home. So we have to theorize that her intentions were to go home. It wasn't to disappear. Are we looking at something simple as an accident scenario somewhere? Absolutely. That's what we're looking for. Could this be foul play? Yeah, absolutely it could be foul play. Are we talking about a mental health issue? That's always a possibility. So we're not going to rule anything out. We're going to jump right into these locations and get our day started. It's a process of elimination. Outside of these radiuses here, we have a few other areas of interest down here as well. If we make our way here, it's going to be these ponds. These ponds now are guarded by homes. There's not a real easy access way to get into. So these are low priority on our list. We're talking about somebody who's been missing for 10 months. These homes were there. It's not a Jan Shoop scenario like we did in Florida, where she ended up in a neighborhood retention pond. But at the time she went in there, none of those homes were built. These homes were all there. So the likelihood of these ponds coming into play, very, very unlikely. But one thing I do have a lot of interest in is Silver Lake over here. Silver Lake is definitely the most prominent body of water in the region. It's not in our 1 mile radius, but it's still within our 5 mile radius. And it's definitely going to be a point of interest once we make it that far down the list. You can see the other areas 6 and 7 as well down here. We're not going to leave no stone uncovered. We just got to get out there, start the process of elimination, and get right to it. We wouldn't be here right now searching if it wasn't for this man and his expertise for fixing our trailer. If you guys haven't seen that mishap, we'll throw it all right here. He's the man that put us back on the road in 48 hours. We're not talking about changing a tire. We're not talking about changing a hub. We're not talking about changing out an axle. We're talking about completely redoing the bottom of our trailer with torsion setup to 2 full-blown 7,000-pound axles. Welding, cutting, all. Like, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Berkey's Family Adventures on YouTube. Make sure you guys stop what you're doing. Subscribe to his channel. Go leave him a great review as well on Dom's Repair and Fabrication. You know, you can look it up. He's here in Rochester, right outside of Rochester, Minnesota. Is it Racine?
Yeah, outside Racine.
Yeah, great guy, great people. Wouldn't be here without him. We'd still be broke down listening to shops tell us, oh, we're 4 or 5 weeks out before we can see you.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you, man. Really,
Yeah,
you're the reason why this is possible today.
Really interested in that corner right there. How does that corner look?
It's all matted down.
Yeah. See how it's dead right there? It's the closest little pond to her house. With as much weeds are in here, it's unlikely. Like,
Right.
there would have been a
significant trail.
Yeah. Wouldn't have been just tire tracks.
No. And I feel like even if you were going at a pretty good speed, the back end of the
Yes.
vehicle would still be sticking out of the water.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But we had to clear it, so.
So, see what we just did with a little boat. Tire tracks coming in is one thing. Plowing a path through here is a completely different thing. You wouldn't be able to mistake whether or not there's a car in here or not. It does get down to almost 6 feet deep. So it was deep enough. You can see her apartments from here. It was logical this could have been it. And now we're going. It's the second location, third location, fourth location. Keep knocking them out.
Here we are at Smokes Barbecue in Rochester, Minnesota. And as Doug said earlier, this was Jody's last known location before she disappeared. She came here, ordered food, had a couple Long Island iced teas, got a plate of food to go, and nobody has seen her since.
We gotta make our own path, especially when we're trying to do something nobody else has done. There aren't gonna be paths to get there. Right there.
Cool. We got Doug launched. He's gonna go out and do a quick scan of this little triangle-shaped pond here. And then we're gonna clear this one. If we don't find Jody here, we're gonna move on to the next.
It's only 4 feet deep. The odds of a car being in here and submerged for that long, it's just not possible. There's a line running across both sides here, so I gotta be careful not to hit that.
So the first two locations we've been at so far this morning were more in the realm of complete accident scenarios. We're right off the roadway, we're right near her home, and we're near her apartments where we know she left, and we're also right behind Smokes Barbecue where we know her verified last known location was. These are accident scenarios. The next few locations are definitely accident scenarios as well, but they're really shallow. The first location got down to about 5.5, almost 6 feet. This one's no more than 4 feet at its deepest. But we got to rule them out. We can't assume, we can't guess. It's just process of elimination. One step closer, on to the next. Right there off the corner, looks like there's a path plowed right into this place. This next little body of water that we're gonna go into.
We gotta find a place to get it in because you can't get it in right there.
All right, guys, come on, let's drag the boat down. There we go. Those fins are backwards. There we go. 8 feet? Yep. Plenty deep enough to conceal a vehicle. There we go, we're picking up the shoreline there, where it starts to turn black. That ripple, that black ripple is just shoreline. It's just deadening right there. Getting a full reading of it. Come on, there's gotta be a vehicle in here. Self-harm location as far as ruling that corner out with being accident. There's a vehicle down here on this portion. It would lead me to believe that it was more along the lines of self-harm.
Yeah, this could be their second or third pass. It's almost like they did a wide circle first and now they're narrowing it to make sure they cover it all. I mean, the chances of a car making it into the middle of the lake are obviously slim to none, but at the same time, when you put the boat in and it's something this small, it's better to just clear the entire area. That way we know there's no cars in there, and then we can move on to the next place.
Right. Gets down to 20 feet in there.
Is it?
Yeah.
I figured it was deep.
Nothing in there though. Nothing, no leftover construction debris or usually in these old quarries they have all types of equipment and mounts and nothing in there, it's clean. So we're pulling up right now behind Costco, Nick, and what I'm thinking is, look at that, straight in. It does look extremely shallow, but did she pull in here?
Let's cast, or let's throw the ball out in the middle.
Yeah.
I can see the bottom all the way. But we can throw the ball out just to make sure. I think it's too shallow. Six and a half feet deep. That's deep enough to hide a Pontiac Grand Am. I don't see how a car could make it clear out there is what I'm seeing though. I mean,
We're putting a boat in.
we're gonna have to.
The weeds grabbed the sonar, ripped it right off.
This one's almost caught too. He's smart about it.
He's getting tangled up on a lot of weeds, it looks like. Even though it gets 10 feet deep out there, especially when even if the vehicle had enough force, getting caught in those weeds and stuff would slow it down so fast, it would just poof.
There's so much buildup in here that we can't even get accurate readings. We can't even get our motor in. Can't sonar this.
No?
Yeah, I figured that was gonna be.
All over, it's 1 foot below the boat, but it's, you know, like right here, it's, you know, 6 feet deep, and you can't throw magnets in here.
I think just by the looking at it, if a car would have went in here, the back end of it would still be sticking out.
It's just not quite deep. It's deep, it would be deep enough, however, it's not. I mean, you'd have to be like extremely speed racing in here. And not only that, the cars, the tail end of the car and all that's gonna be sticking out. I'm confident that there's not a vehicle in here. It's extremely unlikely.
Just right past the tule weeds, it's only 4 feet deep, but you can see if you step closer to the tule weeds there, it goes into water right away. So even if a vehicle came down here, even the front of the vehicle wouldn't even make it to the edge of the tule weeds there.
Yeah.
So it's shallow, but we had to look at it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, now that we're here, it's easy to rule out. Like
Yeah.
it's not possible. Well, if a vehicle comes off of here, it's gonna immediately nosedive and plant itself right here where it's only 1 to 2 feet deep. To get out there where it's 6 feet deep, the Grand Am, it's not going to do that. If a Grand Am makes it in here, half of it's gonna be exposed all day long. So we just started our search this morning. She disappeared from the Technology Park Apartments.
Okay.
We cleared the pond right in front of there. We cleared the pond behind Costco.
You got that back.
Okay. And yeah, we're just ruling out as we go, different little ponds.
It's nice to have more hands to assist us.
Yeah, we provide a really unique resource because we specialize in sonar, and we're divers as well.
Yeah.
So once we do detect something, we can dive on it, and then we usually turn it over to you guys.
Oh, very cool.
So we're just so you know, so you kind of have an idea in case there's calls that come
I've
in.
never seen
We're going to Cascade after this. We'll be in Silver Lake, and then we're just trying to rule out all these little things. We know our communication with Sergeant Jared, that she frequented this on her financial transactions.
Okay.
She stayed in this corridor. She never really left.
Okay.
That morning, she left her home. She went to Smokes Barbecue, quarter mile away. She had a meal, 2 Long Island iced teas, and she ordered a meal to go. And that was the last sighting. That was the last known verified location of her. Right. So we're just trying to retrace her steps and rule out all the bodies of water as we can in the area.
Yeah, I'll make note that you'll be in the area, and
yeah.
Anyone gives you any issues, just give us a call.
Cool. Yeah.
Assist you.
We'll do. We'll be here today. If we're unsuccessful today, we'll still be here tomorrow ruling out. So at least through the end of the day tomorrow.
13. All right, sounds good.
Yeah. You have a good one.
Good day.
I mean, you really realistically only need to go like 20 feet because the car's not going to make it to the middle. I can reel it back in though, that's fine. Well, hold that.
Looking for GPS, says 9.8 feet where you're at.
Yeah. Let's get it back more realistic. Car's not gonna make it 70 feet out. If a car went into here based on the pitch of this, there's no way it can make it past about, I mean, worst case scenario right there, I would say.
Okay.
The problem what we're working with is you have 75 feet of land here on a drop. Hey, we're not talking about a drop off, we're talking about a slow gradual. Once a car leaves this right here, it's gonna nosedive, half its momentum is lost, it's just not gonna make it out. We're looking for water that's right here where there's a drop off and the momentum will carry it in. All the momentum on a vehicle here is gonna die. You're gonna have half the vehicle sticking up, or it's gonna be rolled over on the side sticking up. We need to be looking for a boat ramp once we leave here. Boat ramp areas where we know she would have known she can easily make it into with zero resistance if we're looking at it, what we think is a self-harm scenario. So this next location is right up here, less than a half a mile, right beside Home Depot. And this little pond up here is definitely looks like it's deep enough to conceal a vehicle. I'm really optimistic about this next location. I feel good about them all. We're so close to where all these places she frequented.
This side's too shallow. Looking at that side, if a vehicle went in, and I don't know how deep it is, but even if it came in from the roadside, there's a lot of trees and bushes. I don't see it being possible to make it even into the water without stopping with all that brush. The deepest spot I got was like 6 feet deep, way like 20 feet out. As soon as you start to reel it in, it goes to too shallow to get an accurate reading.
Yeah,
So
you should never get there.
Yeah.
That far up. No, it's worth looking at.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Because this one tapers off, so
Right.
I thought I remembered seeing this dry when maybe when it was new it was tapered all the way down.
Right,
But
and like I
fill
said,
in over time.
it could be deep out in the middle, but a vehicle's not going to make it out there anyway. So.
Never.
So what we're doing right now is we're inspecting the perimeter of this lake. You can see there's these wooden posts that they have basically going around it. So we're just going to put eyes on these and make sure they're all intact, because as you can see, they're close enough together that a vehicle would not be able to make it between these without damaging them. So we're just inspecting the perimeter right now.
Figured IBM would protect their property. Smart. Put up some wooden posts. At least show that they're trying to keep people out.
You can see even right here, there's too much growth. If a vehicle went through here, number one, you would see evidence of it. And number two, it's so thick, it wouldn't make it much past here before you'd see the vehicle.
All these posts look the same. They're weathered the same. They've been here a while. So if one was replaced, they're gonna stand out.
Same with these trees. Yeah, you can see if a vehicle came into here, there's no way it would make it to the lake.
It's not it. On to the next. Perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't know.
See that box? Is that what you're looking at? That square shape?
Got a lot of growth down here, but I got a reflection that's not normal. A lot of growth. Come through them on live scope, it looks like a car, but you can see through it on side image and down imaging how grainy it is.
Yeah.
So where we're at right now, there used to be land that comes all the way out here where we're at right now. And over the last 10 months, it was taken out. You can see that. Clear as day, see it? That island isn't here anymore. I saw something that looked suspicious. It's gonna come up just to the left about 25 feet. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Right there. No, not a car. Not a car. Not a car.
What'd you see?
A bunch of nothing, man.
Did you go on this side too?
Yeah, we need to go check some boat ramps. Like,
This place doesn't have a boat ramp?
no. We need to check a boat ramps, and there's only one boat ramp that comes up, and that's Smith Lake. So this is possible, more so at the end because it's a nice slope. Right here, if a car comes off, it's gonna roll. It's gonna hit hard. You're gonna see a big indentation right here. Down here at the end though, it's more of a slope and straight drop in. I wanna know how deep it is. Right there.
5 foot. 4 foot. It would have to skip across the water.
We need a drop off right here.
Yep.
Beautiful layout, but we need a drop off to be right there.
Yep.
This location, unfortunately, is not it, but we're going right around the corner where there's a boat ramp. We're gonna get right over there to it. I'm gonna go see how deep it is out there, buddy.
Okay. Let's see what it says right there. Whoa. Bass?
Bass and crappies and northerns in here, I believe.
Northern pikes?
6.
6 feet deep out there.
Right here is where it's critical.
Big hump out there.
Right where a car could be.
Did you just find a car using a sonar ball?
It's possible. What's that hump right there? 6 feet. All right,
Yeah.
let's put a boat in.
Okay.
Put a boat in, 6 feet. Five feet. 6. Yeah. Just not working with enough. What's that there?
On the right side of the screen?
Yep. What's that? Right there. Is that a car? It looked just like a Pontiac. Without a magnet, I can't be 100%, man, but it's... I sure am. Right there.
Yeah, there it is, there it is. That looks like money.
Got it. Got it. It looks like a Pontiac. Right here, we're in 6 feet of water. This is exactly what we saw on the sonar ball. We're suiting up right now to dive. It is a vehicle on sonar that does resemble the vehicle that she went missing in. So things are about to go from 0 to 100 really, really quickly. Obviously, if this is what we're looking for, they don't have a dive team here. They're not going to be able to recover this, so we'll be doing the recovery.